What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey, to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami. So let's see. Okay, I don't know. Oh, where were they? Oh, they were at Nicole's party. They were still at Nicole's party. Lisa finally arrives. They asked her, "Have you seen Lenny? Have you seen Lenny?" And she says he doesn't want to see his parents anymore. Apparently, Lenny. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. Apparently, Lenny kicked his mom out of the house when he was over there with the woman, I guess. She talked about how he's effed up on an emotional level, that he's finally sent over the divorce papers, and that's pretty much it. um they were having fun doing the 360 camera. It looked like they were having a good time. They had a toast. They were all sitting around, and Adriana shows up with Terry. Is that his name, Terry? They show up. He has his divorce decree in his pocket, ready to show the girls that he is in fact divorced, letting everybody know. And they get ready to make a toast, and he goes, "Here's to minding your own business. Here's to people minding their business." And then Alexia goes, "Wrong group, wrong group, wrong group. We're going to be in your business and this and that." And then she's like, "You were married. You are married. The website still says it." And he was like, "I'm not. I'm here to prove you wrong," or whatever. And then he brings out the paper and he goes, "Can you read? Can you read?" And she gets upset. She was like, I don't care about these papers. They're I can wipe my ass with these papers." And she throws the papers down. And then she tells him, "Why are you so aggressive? You're talking to a woman. You cannot pull that card. You really told this man he was a liar and that he was married, and he's not. And he's coming back and he's a little snippy and sassy with you. And now all of a sudden it's him talking to a woman. So you can talk to him any way you want to, but he has to adjust the way he's talking back to you in response to you accusing him of being married. But somehow he has to mind what he says to you." Okay, got it. Got it. "Why are you so aggressive?" They were like, and then Marisol goes, "Maybe the website isn't up to date." "Marisol, you just need to be quiet." She wanted Marisol to back her up, Alexia. Um, Alexia and Teresa Giudice. Someone said it on Twitter, and I have not been able to unsee it. Alexia and Teresa, that dumb, like kind of dumb doofus kind of logic and rationale and them looks they be having. Teresa Giudice and Alexia are like the same type of person. And I think it was fucked up that Alexia would not apologize for being dead ass wrong about that man being married, because she didn't scroll all the way to the bottom of the page that says the man is in fact divorced. And I don't understand why Adriana didn't see it when she was scrolling, because it looked like she was scrolling. And how come she didn't? Maybe they took a screenshot of it and she couldn't scroll to the bottom. But at the bottom of the website on the page, it does say that he's divorced. Alexia would not. She said, "I'm not apologizing." She would not apologize. That to me, I'm cool. Like I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Anyways, she says, "It doesn't matter. You're still going out with an asshole." And then she was like, "Well, he felt attacked. He felt attacked and he has a right to defend himself." And now I thought it was hilarious when he was like, "Can you read? You goofy bitch." That's what he should have said. A lunch invite. I don't remember what that was about. Larsa, oh, she was doing OnlyFans. She was taking pictures of her feet for OnlyFans, doing all the things that the men with foot fetishes like, taking pictures. And she lets her friend know. Her friend was there visiting her. She was talking to her friend and telling her, "I used to be a people pleaser." And that's probably why she bites back really hard. Like, she bites back real hard. And like, she immediately goes below the belt. And like Nicole said, it's very reckless. And she doesn't think about the repercussions of the things that she says. And she comes out and she says an out and out lie or a rumor that is unfounded. She doesn't know anything about. She's just repeating a rumor on national television in front of cameras. You know what I'm saying? and she's doing it intentionally, but she does it to back people off of her. She says it, I don't bark back. You bark at me, I'm gonna bite you back. And she does, and she has proven and shown that she does. Nicole is sitting down with her friend Lisa, who is also a therapist. They were talking about her dad and how her dad came there and he was very wasted. And I thought it was good that the therapist asked her, can she let go of a running script that doesn't exist anymore? I thought that was really good, because it's like you keep running this story about you and your father, holding on to this story, and you're either like, and the thing is, at the end of the day, it's, are you going to accept him for his flaws and all, or you're not? I honestly think that Nicole is afraid to say that she doesn't have respect for her father, because it's outside of a cultural tradition to say something like that about one of your parents. Like, I don't respect them. I'm kind of embarrassed by them. You, and in a lot of cultures, like really truly in a lot of cultures, you have these adult children maintaining these contracts with their parents out of obligation, even though it's causing them pain and strife and frustration and anxiety and turmoil, internal turmoil. They still maintain the relationships no matter how awful the parent is to them. They will maintain the relationship because of some contract that they have that they feel that they need to hold up, and they will stay in a relationship. And it's funny, because then you have to also step outside of that and ask yourself, do I show up the same way? Am I in relationships with other people outside of my parents who I shouldn't be in relationship with, because these people are cause me pain, cause me frustration, whatever the negative feelings that you have? Do you take those types of ideas and actions into other relationships? I feel like a lot of people do. If you deal with a parent who is not doesn't respect you, who doesn't listen to you, who believes you're a child even though you're grown with your own children, who treats you as a child, who doesn't respect you as a child, who sees you as beneath them, who still operate from a hierarchical parenting structure, um, do you take that to other relationships? Are you in relationships with other people and you're holding on to those even though it is not a mutually beneficial relationship? And I feel like that's where Nicole is, and a lot of people deal with that dilemma of actually breaking up with their parents when they're not in the good relationship with them. um, and for parents, they don't change. They don't That old ass man is not changing. So it is true that you're going to have to if you choose to, you're going to have to accept him, flaws and all, and stop running the script of whatever he's done to you, and you keep holding on to that so that you can maintain that feeling towards him, because you keep running the same story of what he did, how he abandoned you, how he left, how he's embarrassing, how he's a trick, apparently, going around with all these different girlfriends, young women like your age. If that's embarrassing to you, and then you have her mom on the other hand, which he seemed to have mistreated the mom, and the mom is maintaining a contract with the husband for, I don't know out of what, I don't know what obligation they have. I don't understand it personally. I just don't. Um, she says you ought to think about meeting the girlfriend as well. So we'll see. At Alexia's house, Alexia brings over a family law attorney who's going to answer questions to the women that they have. That was a clusterfuck. The guy gets there, Michael Altman, I think that's his name. I've seen him before. He's a family law attorney. I've seen him somewhere. I don't know if he was on another show or something, but I've seen his face before. Um, Before Adriana gets there, Marisol and Alexia and Nicole are there, and no, Alexia shares that the guy is divorced and that they didn't scroll to the bottom of the page. So she admits that she didn't scroll to the bottom of the page, but she's not going to apologize to Adriana for that. And I think that that's messed up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I think it's messed up. It just reminds me of Teresa so much. It's like definitely something Teresa would do. Teresa is the type of person that will not admit when she's wrong or apologize. Yeah, same thing. Adriana is still dating a big asshole. These stories are affecting the kids. Um, And back in the day, the kids didn't have social media. And then also with Lisa and Lenny, the kids are young enough that they are not seeing all this stuff happening on social media, which is a good thing. Um, Adriana says that being that Julia is a lesbian, you would figure she would be all about women, she said, and how you allowed Adriana's boyfriend to talk to us. I guess because she's a lesbian, she's not supposed to let a man defend himself when the person who has accused him of something is dead ass 100% wrong. I guess because she's a lesbian, she should have told him to be quiet. I don't know what the rash again, like that real goofy rationale shit that doesn't like it doesn't even make sense. Like, girl, what? She was supposed to not let him defend himself? I guess because he asked her, "Can you read?" And she thought that he was trying to say you were stupid. And then Adriana says, "Well, it's because we're women all over 50 and it was dark. Can you see this?" Is what she was trying to say. I was like, "Good catch." He was calling her dumb, "You dumb bitch." That's what he was calling her. She's like, "I was sitting next to him and I heard everything he said." This is what Julia is saying. "I heard everything he said. He didn't say anything disrespectful." That's how she was coming off, right? And then she said, "You should apologize." And then she was like, "It's never going to happen." And then she goes, "You didn't scroll down long enough, right? You didn't scroll down long enough. And that's not nice because you're slandering this man. You're saying that he's dating me and he's married. It is a question of somebody's character. And the fact that you won't apologize and you're like wrong, and you admit that it's at the bottom of the page and you're wrong." And it's so crazy. So they're sitting there with the family law attorney, and he brings, I don't know if she was an attorney too. I didn't get to see on the bottom. I think she was an attorney too. But they start talking to them, and then the women start, because Nicole wants to know what about defamation and slander. So then they were like, "This is not the type of attorney. He's not that type of attorney. Go ask a different type of attorney." Alexia did not want her to ask that question. So they start yelling. At one point, Nicole gets up and she was like, "Oh," she was like, "He's not being paid for that. I'm paying him for something else." They were really trying to get help for Lisa and questions, that she may have. And so, which I thought it was actually cool that Alexia did that for Lisa, pay this guy for his time, and so he can come and answer questions that she may have, so that she can get on the right track on what she needs to do as it relates to Lenny. So they were like, "That's not the question." When I tell you, they were yelling, 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 to the point where, like, if you turned up Nicole's microphone, you could still hear all the yelling in the background. The man looked completely uncomfortable. He would not tell them to, like, quiet down. He was just sitting there like, like, what are we gonna do? They were trying to get everybody to be quiet. Larsa was sitting there. Um, Larsa was sitting there. Everybody was there. I'm trying to think, was anybody not there? Everybody was there, and then they were just all yelling. It was just a mess. It was really a mess. Um, that's when the family law attorney comes. They Julia asks, "Can gay couples? Is it hard for gay couples to adopt?" Julia says she does not want to share with the women that her and Martina are going to adopt. She just was saying, "I'm just asking a question," right? Um, she said, "I don't want to share, especially with Larsa." So then Adriana gets up and she asks the family law attorney, "Is this a divorce decree?" And he looked at it and he was like, "Yeah, it says he was divorced," and he's giving the dates and he's looking at the thing. And they were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah, because we scrolled to the bottom and he wasn't married." And she still wouldn't apologize. She was like, "I'm not apologizing." And then that's when Nicole asked about defamation and intent and slander, and stuff like that. And they were like, "Go ask your husband. Your husband is an attorney." I thought he was isn't he a real estate attorney? What type of attorney is Anthony? I don't know. They were like, "That's a stupid question. I'm paying him for his time. Stop asking him stupid question. Go ask your husband." And they were like, and then she was like, "Why are you so mad? Why are y'all so mad?" Baby, Nicole was like, "I'll pay him." She took her black card out and handed it to the she was like, "Are you mad because I had a black card?" I was like, "Oh my God, these girls are a mess, honey." Marisol was like, she was like, "How much do you charge an hour?" She goes and gets her purse, throws her black card at this man. Marisol says, "No, this is stupid. You don't need to be, asking questions like this is a stupid question, stuff like that. Um, and so she was like, and then at one point, Larsa tells, what's her name? Unlike you, I have a business to run. I have a lot going on. She said that to a doctor, to an anesthesiologist. This is what Larsa said to Nicole. I have a business. Unlike you, I have a business. I have a lot going on. I said, Larsa. Larsa's used to talking to people at that level. Like, girl, don't nobody, what? I have a business. I have a lot going on. You just said that to a doctor. You said that to a person who literally has to leave trips early so that because she's on call. She has to go make sure that someone is not in pain or experiencing pain during a surgical procedure. But you got a lot going on with your feet and everything, girl. She's making a lot of money. No, it's no shade. But girl, you're not running what she got going on. I was like, shut up, Larsa. So they were talking about how, Nicole was saying it's slanderous to say that I'm sleeping with every doctor at the hospital. And then Larsa tried to clean it up and she was like, no, you said every doctor. And they were like, no, you were messing with the guy. She was like, when Anthony and I were separated, I was dating a guy. I was in a real relationship. And he was a resident and I was too. So what? But you said I was sleeping with every doctor in the hospital. That's what you said, Larsa. And Larsa was like, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. Like, I think it's just irresponsible to just say something crazy like that or to accuse somebody of something. And then when you find out it's wrong, not to say, I'm sorry or my bad. I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. Marisol shows Nicole a DM. She says, I did have a relationship with a resident. Never to trust for a house. She doesn't have to leave. Oh, so that's when they started asking about Lisa. So Lisa, he was saying, don't leave the home. Do not leave the home. You don't have to leave the home, right? Even though Lenny was like, you're going to be made to leave. He told her at the end of the episode, the only way you're going to leave this house is if you're told to leave. I know that. He said she doesn't have to leave. It's a nightmare, she said. Lisa goes home. Lenny walks in the door. He walks right past her. He doesn't speak or anything. She said he treats her cold. The little girl is acting out. She ended up hitting Lisa in the face with something. She had something in her hand trying to hit her brother. And Lisa was telling her, don't hit. And then she hit at Lisa and hit Lisa in the face. Let me tell you something. Lisa was trying to pull herself together. First, she was on the phone with her mother-in-law. The little girl hit her in the face. And then she looked, she did like this, like to feel her face. And then she put the phone on mute. And she was like, come on. Come on, you're going on timeout. So she set her on the couch. The little girl was crying her tears with the pillow. So cute. That little girl is so cute. She was mad. So, I mean, it is true that children can feel the tension between the parents. They know, they're not dumb. And the little boy, she says the little boy is like, why aren't you guys coming together? Why are you and daddy apart? So he understands that there's something different. Of course, he doesn't understand, the details or whatever, because he's so little. But the little girl, she's probably never going to remember. I think I was probably her age when my parents got 3 years old, even though I do remember some of my first memories, I think started happening when I was 3 years old, that I can actually remember things and seeing things happening when I was 3 years old. But yeah. So she says that, Elle is cranky all the time. And then so she goes to the room where Lenny is in the room, and she asks him, did he bring the checks? And he was like, well, you called me after I left work, I guess checks to pay their nanny and the staff that they have. And he was like, if I can give her cash. I have enough cash to give her. But then the cameraman walks into the room, and Lenny is laying on the bed, and he looks over and he was like, I don't want to be filmed. He's like, I don't want to be filmed. So the cameraman backs out of the door, and he's sitting at the doorway, at the staircase, listening to them talk. And then she tells him, why wouldn't you say hi to me? Is this the kind of relationship you want to have? He tells her to leave me alone. And he tells her, you don't want to cooperate. And he was like, I'm trying to help you. That's the whole point. I'm trying to give you more than what you're entitled to. You see how these dudes act? She lives in an $80 million home on Star Island. So when you think the shit, it's a risk. It truly is a risk. And you have to make sure that you have insurance. When that person decides they don't want to be married to you anymore, they can wake up one morning and say, I don't want to be married anymore. While you had your fantasy for life idea going on, he woke up and said, I don't want to be married anymore. So now you got to figure out what the F you got to do. I think it is asinine and stupid for any adult woman to wholly depend on an adult male. It is not smart. I would not suggest any woman do that. No matter how much you want to be protected and provided for and saved, do not trust a man. Do not put 100% trust that this man is going to stay married as long as you plan on staying married. Again, he can wake up one morning and decide he don't even like your ass, to the point where he will walk in the house and will not speak to you and tell you you need to get the F out with the children that you guys share. You need to get out, and I'm doing you a favor because you are getting more than what you are entitled to. You better be mindful. He was like, you need to be more accommodating. You are trying to throw me out. He was like, yeah, because you're not leaving voluntarily. You're going to have to leave. You're going to have to be told that you have to leave. Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that? Do you want? And she was like, she got her shit. She got up and walked out of the room. And that was the end of the episode. He's being really vicious to her. Like all this love fairy tale shit that happens, at the beginning of the relationship when you get married. At the end of the day, that is why you have an insurance. Do not think that somebody is going to have your back forever. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to be the fairy tale destroyer. I'm sorry. But the truth is, the shit is not a fairy tale. Shit doesn't last forever. And a motherfucker, woman or man, could wake up one morning and decide they don't fucking like you anymore. And they don't want to be with you. They want to go somewhere with your kids and everything. He's even told his parents he don't want them at his house. If he's going through a midlife crisis, whatever he's going through, but her trying to reconcile and be nice to that motherfucker, fuck him. But again, you have put all your eggs in one basket. I hope she's just acting like she has all her eggs in one basket and she has a stack of paper prepared for stuff like this, an emergency. Right. So anyways, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the episode. Take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace.